Hey everyone, Doug Mystic Eye here, getting ready to do our first playthrough of Zombicide using the Toxic City Mall expansion. Now, originally my plan was to do this with the entire family involved and get everything all set up to have some fun with the game as a group, but that proved to be a little more challenging. So what we're going to do today is, because I also want to film it differently, make it easier for everybody to follow along and watch the video. So what we're going to do today is we're going to just do the playthrough solo. I did kind of get some ideas on how the family would want to play it out anyway, and we're going to move forward with that direction. So I think, without any fanfare or anything, we're going to get started. Now all the survivors have just pulled up in their awesome Pimpmobile to enter into the mall and find any survivors that might be remaining there. So I think what we're going to do here and how this is going to play out is I'm going to do about 2 turns of video. That could probably be about, as things go on, as long as, 15 to 20 minutes, hopefully not longer, per video, and that'll keep it down to a nice short amount of time. As you can see, we got our survivors here, and they're going to be entering into the building from the Pimpmobile. It just pulled up, and what we have is our 4 survivors. Elsa, who will be the first player. You see the first player token on her character, followed by Derek, who at least this turn will be the second player to go. Then my namesake Doug, he'll be next, and Raul with he'll be last. And I know he's got the webbing ability. The reason I said that is I got to remember what the heck that does. Anyway, I don't think it'll apply immediately, so we'll look at it in a minute. Also, I'm going to have to look at break-in as soon as we make the first turn, but I think in the beginning it's not going to matter too much either. Obviously, +1 max range is Derek's ability, that's a given. And he does have the pistol, which is a good way to start, so he can shoot a little farther. Raul has a frying pan at this point. We need to do better with him, and Doug has a crowbar. So with that said, we're going to get started on our first turn. Now, the first character that's going to go here is going to be Elsa. Elsa is, let me see if I can pick out her figure. Yeah, it looks like it's going to be this one. First thing she's going to do is search. So anyway, we're starting. First thing that happens is the players get to go. So player 1, Elsa, is going to start. The first thing she's going to do is search the Pimpmobile. Now, that's important because the Pimpmobile has some special items, and so we're going to see what she gets very quickly. When searching the Pimpmobile, Elsa found Ma's shotgun. That's a great weapon to start with. It is incredibly powerful. In the Pimpmobile, there's only one of each of these weapons that can be searched. There's a couple of different ones, but this is the one that she found. And then what she's going to do, that was her first of 3 actions. Now, you notice right now she has the ability break-in, and eventually she'll get an ability called +1 action, which will give her an extra action. But for now, she just has 3, and that was number 1. Her second action, and I'll move slowly over here. I don't want to cause anybody to have any visual problems with this. We're going to move her to the front door here, where she will then also, that will be her second action. And for her third action, she is going to break down the door. Now, this is an automatic thing, so it's not going to be like it takes up any special moves or anything like that, but she's going to open that door, essentially opening the way to the 2 rooms that are in front of her. Now, you notice there's a red objective token in this room here. Now, that could be a survivor, could be nothing. Either way, whoever picks it up gets 5 experience points. But now that that door is opened, we have a circumstance where, now, as far as I understand, these doors, these mall doors that do open, are not open now, which, as I interpret the rules, that means that these 2 rooms only that are open and available to the characters would spawn zombies at this time. So, next thing we're going to do is we're going to draw the zombie cards for these rooms now that she has opened that door. And also I need to place a noise marker down because she used the fire axe to do it. So we're going to do that and we'll be right back. This isn't going to start off too badly for us. Now, as you see, the first card we drew for this room just has 1 walker in it, as does that one. So we're just going to pull up a couple of regular walkers, they're not even special, and get them on the board. So here is walker 1 for this room, and walker 2 will be right over here. And then we'll discard the 2 cards that we we drew for these rooms. Now, Elsa's out of movement, so basically that's all she could do this turn. So we're going to move on to Derek. Now, Derek's got a pistol, and he's darn well going to take advantage of that. So for his first action, he's going to exit the car. His figure is this yellow one right here, where he will step into the space with Elsa right in front of this door. For his second action, he's going to start shooting the zombies. So we're going to do that now. First he'll shoot at this one, and then he'll shoot at this one. You see, Doug's pistol has a range of 1. Of course, he has an extra range as part of his first level ability. And he also has a 1 dice that he rolls for his gun, and it needs a 4+ to do 1 point of damage. So the first thing he's going to do is shoot at this zombie here. He's going to need to roll a 4 or better to hit, and this will cost him his second action. Let's see, what did he roll there? He rolled a 2, so he did not succeed, and he missed on that second roll. He'll use his third action to do the same thing and try and shoot that zombie again. I'm trying to get this in the video, but I'm not that good at it apparently. That, I believe, is a 1. Yeah, so he failed. Fired 2 shots, which means I'm going to be placing an additional couple of noise markers into his space here. So we know where all the zombies are going to be heading, because where all the noise is coming from. Now, he could have searched the Pitmobile too, but since he already had a gun, we decided that he wouldn't. So basically, all of the noise markers are currently right here. Now, next we're going to move on to Doug's turn. Doug, he didn't have much. He just has a crowbar, which isn't too bad, but he too is going to search the Pitmobile and see what he can find. I did a little research, just want to make sure I had the rules clear on some of these new things. The Pitmobile, which I knew from the first rulebook and it was slipping my mind, it can only be searched once, but there are 2 Pitmobiles and they can be searched again. So searching this Pitmobile a second time won't provide any value for Doug, which means we got to get in the rooms and take out the zombies and search those rooms. All that said, the other thing that I realized is that Elsa's break-in ability probably made her the least likely candidate to have that nice fire axe, and we're going to remove a sound token from that because what that ability allows her to do is automatically break into doors without making any noise. So we've done a couple quick corrections already, but it is Doug's turn. So we are going to take Doug, and this let me see if I can get this on camera. This is Doug here, and he is going to take his 1 movement to exit the vehicle. I don't know that he's going to, I don't know, I mean, it's kind of getting risky already, but we need to make some bold moves. So I think he might go in there. He does have a crowbar, which is not a bad weapon. Of course, we missed with a similar weapon right prior to that. He is then going to enter into the room here with this zombie and this token, and he's going to use his third action to try and kill this zombie. Of course, we roll a 1 again, so he has failed. So basically, everybody has failed at hitting just about everything at this point. But we do have Raul next. He's going to go. Now, I did also look up his webbing ability just to be sure I knew what it did. And it basically allows all the cards in his inventory, not just the 2 in the front, to be considered as in his hands. So that's a pretty effective ability. Now, I think what we're going to do here is we definitely need to get that zombie killed in the room with Doug before it attacks him. So Raul is going to make his first move and step up to here. By the way, I do need to add a noise token where Doug is, just to make sure we're playing the rules right. And then for his second action, I believe that he's going to trade with Elsa. Now, Elsa having that great ability with the fire axe or not needing the fire axe is probably important, but my concern is that poor old Doug is not going to survive if we don't do something to help him out, or he'll take a damage right off the bat, which wouldn't be good. I was hoping for some better rolls, of course. So what we may do is have Raul take Ma's shotgun, which in the end, I don't think it's going to matter. They're all going to have to search rooms anyway. That is a really effective weapon. It does not only does melee damage, but it does range damage. Now, actually, you know what? That's not going to help either, because if we shoot into that room with Doug there. So basically, the only thing we can really do right now, unfortunately, if we want to take a chance and see what we can do, is have him move into the building, into the room with Doug. And I know this isn't optimal, but it is teaching you the game, right? And take a swipe with the frying pan. Now, as you can see, the frying pan is not very good. We get 1 die, we have to roll a 6, and it'll do 1 point of damage. So we're going to do that. Let's get back over here with these guys. Roll the dice, which just, let's see, happen to come over here. And we roll a 2, so of course we fail again. You know what, I don't believe in dice being particularly good or bad luck, but this one has not served us well. On that note, we did try and take a swipe with the frying pan, which does not cause any noise to be generated. That is a good thing. In addition, neither did, actually, now that I'm looking at it, neither did Doug's crowbar. So we're going to remove that token right there. Now, unfortunately, we have a bad situation here. All the characters have consumed their actions, and they all have basically done their thing. So now the zombies attack. Now we have a bad scenario here because we already have a scenario where one of the characters is going to take damage. Yeah, this might work in our favor because one of the things I want to show off in this game is the Zombivore rules. But for now, what we're going to have to do is probably hurt one of our players here. And I think that because of Raul's special ability, which is the webbing ability, I think we're going to have him take the damage because the worst case scenario is he'll drop the frying pan, but he also gets to use the other 3 slots as if they were in his hand. So that's a huge advantage. So we're going to do that, and he'll take the damage. As you can see, I'm sorry for the glare, guys, but my table lights are kind of bright. As you can see, we've added the wound card to Raul here, and we have dropped the pan in the room where Raul is. So the next thing that happens is that zombies move. Now, we know where all the noise is taking place. It's all right up in here, so basically these zombies are going to go that direction. That said, we'll start with this guy. Since this one already attacked, he's not going anywhere, but this one certainly will. He's going to end up moving out into the street with the players here, so he'll move right to here and attack the folks that are in the street. That's not going to be a problem. They're pretty well armed. Unless I continue to roll this poorly, they should do fine. Now, we also have some zombies, some toxic zombies, in here. Now, these 2 here got doors in front of them. They're not going anywhere. But these 2 here are definitely going to move into the room with the other zombie here. And again, there's really no differentiation whether they go straight or go across. It's going to be the same distance. So this one will move here. The next step is for me to do the zombie spawn points. Now I will do those, and I'll be right back. The first spawn point just generated 1 little walker, so he's going to go right here, and we'll discard that card. That's a good thing. Just 1 walker to come down there. The second one also only generated a walker, so we're going to place him there and pick up the card. Now remember, it's generated based on where they are in their experience, and right now we're in the blue section at the bottom, so they're not generating much in the way of danger. On the third one, we got really lucky, and generated none, so there are no zombies coming out there this turn. And then on the 4th one over here, we generated 1 more walker, which I will put out. Okay, that ends turn 1 for our Zombicide playthrough. I think I'm going to keep going just a little bit, just to see how things go, and we'll do 1 more turn, at least for the players. Maybe I'll just end with the spawn of the next zombies, or we'll just stop there. So next thing we have to do is determine who's going first, because based on who's going first, we're going to decide which character, in which order they go. Now, I don't think that she needs to go first necessarily in this case, because she can't shoot into the room. It's probably more likely that someone like Doug or Raul, well, not even Raul, probably Doug. I think we'll make Doug go first, because he at least has the crowbar and can take out the zombie that's in the room with them. So he's going to go first, and we'll do his first action. Of course, his only actions he can do right now that make any sense is attack the zombie that's in the room with them. So that's what he's going to do. And good news, he rolled a 4. Now if you look at his crowbar, it requires a 4 and does 1 hit of damage. So that means that the zombie in that room has been killed. And Doug will get an experience points, which I will adjust in a moment. Okay, now you can see that we have adjusted Doug's experience right there, and he has 1 experience for killing that zombie. Next, well, actually, he has another 2 actions left. So what he's going to do is he's going to search, and I have the search deck. Let me see right here. He's going to search and see what he gets. First off, we got a laser pointer combined with the parts of a gun, pistol, or SMG. That's pretty good. So basically, we're just going to put that in his secondhand inventory. He can't do anything else right now other than do that. That search is about all he can do. Now he could open those doors, but I'm not quite prepared to do that because if he does, then he won't be able to. He'll get moved on by those zombies in there. Well, actually, he could do it because then the Elsa and the others will come up behind him and shoot the zombies in there. So we're going to take the next turn. He's going to open that door, and we'll go. Okay, so for Doug's last action here, and this is good old Doug in here, he's going to open this mall door, and now we can see the 2 toxic zombies in the other room. Could be dangerous, but I think he'll be okay. That was his last action. So the next thing that happens is Raul goes, and really all he's going to do right now for his first action is, again, he's going to search. So I'm going to pull that up, and I'm going to bring the card over so that that you can see it. He found a baseball bat. That's not a bad way to go. So he definitely takes the baseball bat. However, he is not moving into the other room. I think what he's going to do to start off with, since he's going to get +1 action if we can get him some experience, is he is going to pick up the objective token here as his second action. And it is just an objective token. It's not one of the characters. This is going to gain Raul 5 experience points, which I will adjust now. You see that his experience points have been adjusted, and he has 5 experience going on there. Now what that means is that the reason you get that is whenever you pick up an objective, in most scenarios, you do get the 5 experience points bonus. Now we don't want to go up into the yellow too quickly, but we do need to pick up all these objective tokens because there may be other survivors which would add strength to our ability to defeat this, make our way through the scenario. So next up, we are going to have Elsa. Elsa does have the awesome weapon of Ma's shotgun. So over here, we got Elsa. She is going to move into this room with the guys, and she's going to fire Ma's shotgun. Now, Ma's shotgun actually in ranged has a range of 1. It does 2 dice and only needs a 3, and each die does 2 points of damage. So for her second action, we're going to pick up a couple of dice, and we're going to roll 2 dice against these zombies here. Now, like I said, she needs a 3, and as you can see, she where are my dice? They're not coming out on the camera. There you go. She rolled 1 3 and 1 5, which is actually going to take out both of the toxic zombies in this room. Now that gives her 2 experience points as well. Now the good news there is that the toxic zombies actually spray toxins when they're killed, so if you're in the same space as them, they do an extra point of damage to you. So Elsa is going to get 2 experience points, and we're going to do that. For Elsa's last action, I think, you know what, we actually have to spawn some zombies. I forgot to do that. So what we're going to do here is, when she opened this door, there's actually already zombies in there. I think in this scenario, that's the point of that, is they don't spawn. Let me look that up, and I'll be right back. Well, this scenario is probably going to be hard enough as it is, and it doesn't say anything. It just says put these toxic roamers into the zone. So since there are already zombies in that big open space there, I'm going to assume that they were the spawn for that zone, and we won't spawn until we have to open up these doors here. So for her last turn, now by all means, please post and correct me if that's incorrect, but that's all I could find on it. So I am going to move Elsa to use her last action to move into this room, and then that will be her turn. Now we have Derek here. Now Derek, he has a pistol, but you can search a room once, so you might as well do it if you don't have any enemies to fight. And and we're going to have to move into the room and shoot at these other toxic zombies as well. So you know what, taking that back, I think I'm going to pull Elsa back to where she was, and instead of take that third shot, she's going to search as well. So we're going to pull a search card up, and it is a gas mask, which will, oh, now she can hand-to-hand melee with toxic zombies. See what it says is the survivor is immune to toxic bloody spray. That is very, very good. So we're going to put that in one of her slots here. Now she's got that item. That's a great item for her, considering she's got Ma's shotgun, which is both a ranged and a good melee weapon, and the fire axe. And that will be the end of her turn. So now moving on to Derek. The first thing he's going to do is search that room. We're going to let those toxic zombies move over, and we're just going to take them out as they come. So again, we're going to go and draw an item card from the item deck. And, oh man, an assault rifle. Man, could we be getting any luckier? I swear to God, swear on my life I shuffled these cards up. So now Derek, who has a +1 max range ability, has a weapon that can now fire 3 spaces ahead, rolls 3 dice, and requires a 4 or better to hit. It only does 1 damage, so if we run into some fatties or things like that, it won't do very well for us. And frankly, on his second action here and third action, I don't think he's going to. Well, actually, yeah, let's do that. So he actually, having these great weapons in hand, can move. Oh, he had to move first, actually. I'm getting out of order on these things. He moved and then searched. So on his search, he did find the assault rifle, but he had to move in first. That would mean if he moved again up into this room, he would not be able to shoot at these zombies. Since this door is closed currently, the zombies are going to walk this way. Because the one thing I haven't been doing, it's been hard to hold the camera, but I will do them before I start the zombie actions, is put down the noise counters that need to take place in there. There was a couple of searches and some shots going off. So I'm going to do that now, and then it'll be the end of the player's turn, and I will do the zombie spawns and moves, and we'll end our session there. We certainly know where all the noise is. So the first thing we're going to do is we're going to do some zombie moves. I'll start with these guys here. They're not going to move far. They're just going to move over to this room, and that's really all they can do. They just move 1. That's what walkers are capable of doing. They simply move 1. They attack for 1, and in the case of these toxic zombies, if they're killed, they spray toxins for 1, of which Elsa, who has the gas mask, is immune. So slowly moving up to here, we do have a zombie walker right there that we're going to move to the closest way to get to the sound. Now, unfortunately, that door is closed, but they can still move right there. Those doors are going to be open soon, and unfortunately for us, we're going to have a pile of zombies to deal with when that happens. So we're going to pan up here where we have 2 zombies, one in the room there that's going to move 1 up into here, and one in the street that's going to move 1 up into that zone right there. Now each space between the crosswalks there is considered a new spot. Even though it's divided by tiles, it's just 1 location. So he moves up next to the police car. Now we're going to do the zombie spawns. A bit of luck here again. The zombie spawn for this location simply had all of the fatties taking an extra move, but there aren't any fatties on the board yet. That is awesome. But over here we did have 2 walkers come out. So we're going to take 2 of the dead 2 walkers, and we're going to place them in this room here. You'll see, do a nice man and woman. They were out shopping in the mall, and of course they didn't make it. In the next one, you can see that we also had let's see, 0, so we're awesome there. Good way to start. We're not piling up too many over there. But over here, we did have another 2, so we're going to pull them out. Luckily, they're just regular old walkers, and we're going to put them right here. So that's going to end our session for today. I hope you enjoyed it. I'm sure I'm making some mistakes trying to catch them, but you know, if you do see some, like I'm really curious about. It doesn't say. I'm really curious about the fact that if these rooms were already populated, will we have to have spawned new zombies for those? But that's the one thing I'm really not sure about. I think everything else we've done okay. So anyway, in the meantime, thanks, and I'll see you for the next session.